Lambeau Field gained a couple of big additions this year, huge, and we don't mean new players. Crews installed 2 giant scoreboards. Each is 4 times the size of the previous boards. They can be seen for miles all across the Green Bay area. And while the Packers are making additions to Lambeau Field, the team was unable to make the one addition to the trophy case that it was looking for.
But several other area teams were able to win championships, and sports director Drew Smith joins us now to recall and remember the year in sports. Drew?
It was a championship year filled in sports for local baseball, basketball, football teams, but not necessarily for the ones who play it for a living. Green Bay Packers couldn't back up that Super Bowl victory from a year before with another one, but they were hoping to get another shot in the new year.
The year started for the Packers with a bye week thanks to their 15-1 season record. However, they were not able to replicate the postseason magic of the year before, even with home field advantage. Eventual champion New York ended the Packers season.
They're going for it all. The pass is caught for the touchdown.
The 2012 season opened as always with the hope of training camp, which also started a string of injury problems for the team and a slow start, including the play that may have ended the lockout between the referees and the league.
Game's final play is a Wilson loft to the end zone, which is fought for by Tate with Jennings simultaneous. Who has it? Who they give it to? Touchdown!
However, after starting the season just 2-3 in the first 5 games, the Packers righted the ship with a huge road win in Houston against the then undefeated Texans and rode that to a 5-game winning streak. The team is now headed to the postseason, again with a date at Lambeau Field, hoping the end of the 2012 season looks more like 2010 than 2011.
Some of the other football teams in our area had significant success in this calendar year in Divisions 1 and 3, while Wisconsin has now started a new era with a new head coach, Gary Anderson. In Division 3, the Oshkosh Titans capped off an undefeated regular season with a run all the way to the semifinals of the Division 3 tournaments, while meanwhile the Wisconsin Badgers, they bookend their year with 2 trips to the Rose Bowl as Big Ten champions. But they did lose their head coach, as Brett Bielema won't be on the sidelines for the team on January 1st, with Arkansas making him an offer he couldn't refuse.
And it was a very difficult decision, something I didn't just think about. I've had some opportunities come my way the last 2 years probably that made me begin to think a little bit, and I got such a tremendous university and respect for Wisconsin. But the opportunity to be in the SEC, it's just something I really wanted to do.
I don't feel betrayed. I think I'm pleased. I'm very proud of the job that Brett did for me.
Well, the Milwaukee Brewers thought 2012 could be a chance to build on that great 2011. However, the slugger Prince Fielder, he signed in the American League, and the NL MVP, Ryan Braun, ended up having to defend himself in a performance-enhancing drug scandal. Braun, though, became the first player to have a PED suspension overturned as he challenged the process by which the test was handled and administered. And Braun was vindicated, but he would not forget.
You know, the most honest answer I could give you is that I'm 100% certain it's never entered my system. I can only speak for what happened up until the time that the sample went missing. I have no idea what happened to it for that 44-hour period. I don't know how many tens of thousands of tests there have been, but the fact that there's a single number that's 3 times higher than any number in the history of drug testing made me question the validity of the result.
While Braun may have had a great year this year, his teammates not able to replicate their success, even with a late season push for the playoffs, not able to overcome injuries and pitching woes. They'll have to wait till next year. As for the Brewers farm team in Grand Chute, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers didn't need to wait for next year. Very successful season, not only getting to the playoffs, but taking home the Midwest Conference Championship. Rattlers able to win the title and bring back the entire coaching staff next year that helped them to get there in 2012. And also no next year for the Green Bay Gamblers. It was a big year in 2012. What was the best season, regular season, USHL history, powering through to the Anderson Cup with the top regular season in history, setting league marks in wins and points. But then they backed it up by winning a Game 5 of the Clark Cup playoffs to get the on-ice celebration, take home the championship, their second Clark Cup in 3 years. WIAA athletes from our area were also able to bring home some hardware. And girls basketball tournament will be coming home to the Resch for 2013, moving out of Madison. Well, here's prop expert Doug Ritchie with more on a look back at 2012.
The year of 2012 was a pretty good sports year for local high schools with plenty of state titles won, and the area didn't wait long to start winning gold balls. In a 2-week span at the boys and girls state basketball tournaments, teams from the area captured 5 state titles, 3 girls and 2 boys. Brilliant and Sheboygan Lutheran won state titles on the boys' side, while De Pere, New London, and Kewanee swept the top 3 divisions on the girls' side. In the spring, the Coleman baseball team was the lone area team to win a state title, and many of those same players were also part of the Cougar State Championship wrestling team. Moving into the fall, football took center stage, and that's where West De Pere looked to win its 3rd straight state title. The Phantoms failed, however, when Wapaka stunned the Phantoms in Level 4. The Comets went on to play 2nd in Division 3. Also, St. Mary's Springs, behind legendary coach Bob Hyland, repeated as Division 6 state football champs. Overall, it was a successful 12 months of high school sports, and there's nothing like witnessing a local team win it all. In Green Bay, Doug Ritchie, Fox 11 Sports.
As we continue, 2012 also had its share of contests and conflicts.
A number of people also gave of themselves to help others. Up next, we're going to recall and remember some of those who are inspiring others and making a difference in 2012.